And negative 105 divided by 5 is going to become negative 21. So once you take your GCF out, then we're going to do our T method. So the factors of 21 are 1 and 21, 3 and 7. And so we are subtracting, because this is a negative 21, so we're subtracting these guys. And so we're going to subtract, and so our numbers are going to be 3 and 7. So x 3, x 7, and we want to make a positive 4, so plus 4 minus 3, and then the 5x squared is going to come down and just hang out in the front. All right, pause your video and try your number 10. All right, number 7 has 4 terms. So if you have 4 terms, you are going to group. So we're going to group these two, and it gives you an x squared as a GCF. You're going to group these two, and we can divide them both by negative 4. Negative because the first guy's negative. All right, so we're going to group the GCFs together, and then we are going to divide. Negative 36 divided by negative 4 is 9. Drop the x. Negative 4 divided by negative 4 is positive 1. All right, now I'm noticing that this guy here is a perfect square because that's squared, and 4 is a perfect square. The square root of x squared is just x, and the square root of 4 is 2. So you can factor this farther to be x plus 2, x minus 2. And then we are just going to drop down the 9x plus 1. Okay, pause the video and try your number 7. All right. Now, as far as the factoring goes, remember, I know factoring is always kind of a struggle. On these factors, they also should tell you the x-intercepts. So if you get stuck on the test, it's multiple choice. You should be able to figure out a backwards way of finding the answer. So for example, on this one, you should have x-intercepts at negative 2, positive 2, and then this one will be negative 1 over 9. This one, you should have x-intercepts at 0, 3, negative 7. So hopefully you should be able to figure out some backwards ways of figuring out the answers. You are going to have 2 synthetic division problems on your test, so make sure you know how to synthetically divide. That's what this next part is. All right, so for synthetic division, this number is going to go on the outside, so I'm going to put minus 1 on the outside. The coefficients are going to go on the inside. So 5. Now the x squared term isn't here, so I'm going to write 0 for the x squared term. So x3, x2, then negative 4, then negative 1. And if it helps you to label the top, label the top. All right, so drop the 5, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, box the last number because it's your remainder. Hopefully I did that right. I think I did. Yep. And then to write your answer, you have to go 1 degree below. So remember, so maybe it is. So x3, x2, x number. So we want to go 1 degree below that. So if we started with x3, my answer is going to start with 5x squared minus 5x plus 1, and then minus 2 over, and then whatever we divided by x plus 1. All right, let's try another one. So on this one, the 3 is going to go on the outside. It's got to change signs. So instead of a negative, it's going to be positive. And then all my coefficients are going to go right here. 5, negative 9, 8, negative 26, negative 20. And then this one's in order, so we don't have to put any zeros because this one goes x4, x3, x2, x number. It's not missing anything. All right, so now we're going to do it. So drop the 5. 3 times 5 is 15. And use your calculator on these guys. All right. It takes just a couple seconds, then you don't make sure you don't make any mistakes. All right, times that by 3, and then add, times that by 3, and then add, watch your negatives, times that by 3, and then add, box the last number because that's your remainder. And so we're going to start 1 degree lower. So instead of starting with a 4, we're going to start with a cubed, 5x cubed, plus 6x squared, plus 26x, plus 52, plus 136 over x minus 3. Okay, pause your video and try your